Oh, oh, man, it's sunny today, but yeah, the middle of October. No, it's not. It's the middle of November, you idiot. And, again, there's obviously still loads of stuff to do, such as cutting the grass and also getting rid of some of the leaves, because the more you let the leaves lie on the grass, the less sun the grass gets, and then, disease and fungus can start growing in it, as well as moss. A shitload of moss, which I have a lot on the property, which, frankly, I don't really mind, but yeah, it does need to be everywhere. So I'm just doing some clearing up from the other day when I covered my not-so-hardy giant rhubarb thing. Kind of started cutting down every single thing, but then it started raining, so I just went inside. But the joy of brambles is always a pain in the bloody ass. I mean, there's some plants you really, really hate in the garden. Some of them you obviously love, and some of them you hate. And this is one of the plants I absolutely hate with a passion. So because I hate it with a passion, I sometimes ignore it for way too long, and all of a sudden I've got it everywhere, and then I have to start cutting it down. A fighter plane. I believe we're at war. I wonder who we're with this time. We Germans tend to pick our enemies. Every time when I do this sort of cleaning up, it's the time I take to think about life, about what could be better, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. But mainly I think about, why the fuck can't I afford someone to do this dirty work for me? No, wouldn't it be lovely? You come out in the garden, you knock on the shed door, and all of a sudden the little people come out and start buzzing all about and doing what they should be doing because you told them to do it. I'd like to buy some Oompa Loompas. Yeah, actually, the way average height is going these days, I'm not much taller than an Oompa Loompa. But I don't want to do the work. Don't mind looking like that, but I don't want to do the work. Oompa Loompa, dickety-doo. Ta-da! I mean, obviously, another thing you can do, every single thing you cut down, like I did the big grasses I cut down the other day to cover my not-so-hardy plant, you could just pile them all up and leave them all over the garden, because then you give shelter for insects and for hedgehogs and all that sort of stuff, if you want to do that. I do it sometimes because, as I mentioned before, if I can make something easy for myself, that's exactly the path I'm going to go. But then it gets to the point that I've got like piles of shit lying all over the place, and it just doesn't look right. So I try to consolidate to make one big pile of crap, and that's where they can all live. They can create their own little city of bugs and hedgehogs and whatever else lives in there. I don't know. I'm looking after the environment. Actually, I'm just way too lazy to put it into the brown bin, as I did just now. But then it gets to the point that, you know what, grow up about it. And I did. So, one pile of shit in the garden, and that's it. And now we come into the other leaves. The leaves which are lying on the grass. It's, you know what, I could use the rake as I did just now, but this is just for that big shit that was lying around here. All the other ones, I just mow over. It's easier. And then also, I can put the leaves and grass clippings on the bottom, either of my hedges or the bottom of my bamboos, so they have dry and warm feet for the winter. And obviously, as it decomposes and that sort of stuff, they get nutrition as well for the next year. For next year. It's a lovely day today. I should be sitting out here drinking beer, but that's going to be later. It kind of works like a big hoover. A big hoover for the grass and the leaves and all the other shite that's lying on it. And now just another 3,000 square meters to mow, and then I'm done. So to get you to understand what this silly crowd is talking about when it comes to, you just have to mow the leaves and the grass over it, and then you get a nice mixture of the green and the brown stuff. Hold on. This is what I mean. It's, hold on, I guess it's easier to show you when I'm dumping it into my trusted bar of wheels. Nice green and brown. Hold on. Nice green and brown sounds kind of like something. Nice green and brown. Sounds like a novelty video you would buy in an Amsterdam pawn shop. Anyway, there you go. So, coffee. So the good thing is the leaves are chopped up, so that's going to start them to decompose. That's going to help them to decompose a little bit quicker. Also, then you've got the grass in it, which is going to activate the whole thing too. Ta-da! Again, something free. And that actually is free, not like the compost where you have to buy all the stuff before you get the compost. This is actually free stuff. It's annoying because the leaves are on the ground and stuff, but on the other hand, you know, you're going to get something good for your head bamboo, wherever you're going to dump it. So, and this is pretty much what I do with all my bamboos then. You know, so their tiny wee feet are going to be warm for the winter. Oh God, I sound like such a twat. So ultimately, you know, you're using the stuff for good because the roots are going to be kept a little bit warmer in the winter than they would have been if nothing would be lying on top. And also, when the stuff decomposes, they get nutrition. Win-win, so they say. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to cover the rest of them and then continue to mow.